Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Dune by David Lynch. I don't know who's starring in this film as I haven't looked it up. I'm a big sci-fi fan and I've obviously heard of the Dune saga by Frank Herbert. But I never actually ended up watching the movie because I heard that it's not the best adaptation of the novels. I wanted to read the novels first and then watch the movie, but somehow 15 years went by and I didn't do either. I know that nowadays Dune, the 1984 version, David Lynch's version, is considered a cult classic. So I'm more interested nowadays. Plus, more recently, Denis Villeneuve made an adaptation of the novels. I was kind of looking forward to watching that, but something in my brain kept bugging me and telling me that I should watch the original adaptation and then watch the new one. If you think about it, both Denis Villeneuve and David Lynch, they're top tier directors, and I guess I want to compare their takes on this epic saga. About Dune itself, I don't know too much about the nitty gritty details of the plot. I know that there's a galactic civilization dependent on a drug called spice. And I think there is a young protagonist who has to, save the day? Again, I don't know too much at all. Oh, and there is a huge sandworm-like creature that I saw in the promotions, even in that picture in the background. That's about it. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reviews and reactions to this movie and over 150 movies, TV shows, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a Patreon. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't. Not that it matters. With all that being said, let's get started. Dune. Lynch. Let's go.
Know then that it is the year 10,191.
Oh, 8,000 years have gone by.
In this time, the most precious substance in the universe is the spice melange.
Spice melange.
The spice extends life. The spice expands consciousness.
Oh, that's what it is.
The spice is vital to space travel.
That was a lot of exposition.
The spice exists on only one planet in the entire universe. The planet is Arrakis, also known as Dune.
Oh, this whole story is about this planet called Arrakis or Dune. And I'm assuming it's the same planet as that big sandworm originates from. I also like the music. It's composed by Toto. Aren't they a band? I think I've heard one of their songs called Africa.
4 planets have come to our attention. Planet Arrakis, source of the spice. Planet Kaitane, home of the Emperor of the known universe.
That's a lot to remember.
The spice must flow.
The spice must flow. I think I've heard that phrase before. Wow, this is very good miniature work. Very impressive for 1984. The costumes also look very elaborate, so that's interesting.
He's here, my lord.
Dude, what is that thing? Look at that prop, it's so well made. It's moving.
We have just folded space from X.
Yes?
Is that what spice does to you over 4,000 years? It mutates you to that point?
You must share with us.
The Atreides house is building a secret army using a technique unknown to us, a technique involving sound.
Interesting.
We ourselves perceive a slight problem within House Atreides.
So the Space Guild wants to kill Paul, while this Emperor dude is trying to take advantage of both the houses so he can get control of the spice eventually.
Why would they want the Duke's son killed?
We must have a look at Paul Atreides on Caladan.
Planet Caladan, home of House Atreides.
Spice mining. Carryalls lower the harvester to the sand and lift it off to safety when a worm attacks. Worms attack all rhythmic vibrations.
Oh, there's more than one sandworm.
The Baron Harkonnen has sworn to destroy House Atreides and steal the ducal signet ring for himself.
There's so many different names and things to remember. Oh man, I hope I don't mess it up. That's Sir Patrick Stewart, Jean-Luc Picard himself.
Shield practice.
Shield practice? Gurney, we had practice this morning.
Whoa, look at the special effects. Looks like some sort of force field.
Is this what you seek? Look down. We'd have joined each other in death.
You really have drawn my blood.
If you'd have fought one whit below your abilities, I'd have given you a good scar to remind you.
So he's not quite ready yet.
The desert belt and the South Polar region are marked forbidden.
How do the Fremen survive there?
We don't know much about the Fremen.
The natives of Dune.
They have blue within blue eyes.
Oh, the eyes. Saturation of the blood by the spice melange.
Oh.
Could the spice affect us in other ways?
The Harkonnens would not have given up their Chome Company contract so easily.
But behind them, I suspect, is the Emperor.
He's right.
You'll make a formidable Duke. The first step in avoiding a trap is knowing of its existence.
David Lynch spent a lot of money in the production design, for sure. That's pretty creative.
Duncan!
I was just on my way to say goodbye to you.
Wish you were coming with us. Why?
Something for your father. He wants to talk to you. I'll see you on Arrakis.
Father?
Thorfinn Howard has served House Atreides 3 generations. He swears you are the finest student he has ever taught. You, Gurney, and Duncan say the same.
Wow. So they're going to Arrakis to get control of the spice.
I will kill you.
Was that Sting?
Tell me of your homeworld, Uso.
I know she has come to test him. Tonight, I may lose my son.
You thought only of a duke's desire for a son?
Paul's mom.
Arrakis. Dune.
For the father, nothing. Did you really think you could bear the Kwisatz Haderach?
That's probably their house sigil, right?
She's going to observe you.
You know it must be done.
Listen to the Reverend Mother and do what she tells you.
Well, I'm just as confused as Paul. And her voice is different.
She's using the voice. No.
Some strength there. Surprising.
Oh, he's resisting.
Put your right hand in the box.
Your instinct will be to remove your hand from the box. If you do so, you die.
Oh man, the stakes are real.
The itching becomes burning.
I must not fear. Fear is a little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear.
It's a test of strength.
Enough! No woman, child, ever withstood that much.
He passed the test.
Do it.
It's fine. It creates the illusion of pain which feels real.
Tell me of your homeworld, Uso.
The same woman he dreamed of earlier, Paul.
Jessica.
Jessica should be relieved that Paul's still alive.
My son lives.
Interesting use of voiceovers.
What about my father? I heard you talking. You speak as if he were dead. Well, he's not.
Again, there's just so much to remember and keep in your head while watching the film. Dude, look at the makeup and prosthetic work on these actors. Oh!
The forms of Canley have been obeyed!
Dude, it is Sting. It is Sting. I recognize Sting's face.
I will have Arrakis back for myself! We have control of someone who is very close to Duke Leo.
Oh.
The Duke will die before these eyes, and he'll know that it is I who encompasses his doom!
And somehow I can fly, so that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know what he's doing, but he shouldn't be doing that.
This is what I'll do to the Duke and his family.
Well, he's certainly intimidating. Very cool. They're not bad at all for the time. And you can also see the lack of shadows everywhere. Okay, this is crazy. But I have to remember that all of this is from the mind of Frank Herbert. I'm really looking forward to watching the new Dune as well to compare. And we're finally at Dune.
The prophecy. One will come
Blue eyes.
and bring us out of darkness.
What have you discovered about the Fremen, Duncan? Tell me.
I suspect an incredible secret has been kept on this planet. That the Fremen exist in vast numbers.
So they're hiding, the Fremen? So the Fremen don't want to reveal their real numbers.
Spice mining inspection to start immediately.
Dude, that's Max von Sydow standing next to Sir Patrick Stewart.
Are you a Fremen? I've been on Arrakis in the service of the Emperor long enough for my eyes to change.
You've been consuming spice.
Your gift of the still suits is much appreciated.
With a Fremen suit in good working condition, life can be sustained for weeks. Your suit is fitted desert fashion. Who told you how to do that?
No one.
He shall know your ways, as if born to them.
Another point in the prophecy has been fulfilled. Where are they heading towards though?
Will we see a worm?
Oh, they're just taking a tour. Okay, that makes sense.
Spice and spice mining, there are always worms. Vibrations attract them.
Vibrations attract them. So these worms are native to this planet. And they defend their spice.
But sire, we can't leave all this spice.
Damn the spice! Get out of there! Run!
Oh, our first glimpse of the sandworm.
Pure, unrefined spice.
Dude, these things are huge. Look at the scale. That's crazy.
Excuse me, milady. Harkonnens may have tampered with them medically.
When you said Harkonnens, I didn't know you had so much reason to hate them.
Where is your son? I must warn you, you are in great danger.
Interesting.
Spice.
Oh, he's actually having spice. That was spice.
Second moon.
These concepts are very futuristic. Hunter-seeker.
It's what have killed me.
I was his target.
You saved my life, and we Fremen pay our debts.
A Fremen.
The palace is now secure.
Father. Drugged.
Drugged? Is that the spice he took earlier or something else?
I should have married you.
Oh, the housekeeper. She got killed for warning Paul about the traitor. That's the traitor.
I've destroyed the new army's weirding modules. I wish to kill a man. Not you, my dear Duke. You were already dead. But you'll get close to the Baron before you die. When you see the Baron, you'll have a new poison gas tooth.
Refuse.
No, you mustn't. Because in return, I'll save the lives of your Paul and Jessica.
He has no choice now. Oh wow, look at the practical explosion in that scene. They're already being held hostage. Dr. Yuri? I thought you just betrayed the Duke. Why are you crying? Ugh.
What a luxury. We were ordered to kill them. So kill them. It is perhaps better that you die in the innards of a worm.
Is that what the plan is? To feed them to the worm?
Take them to the desert, as the traitor suggested. She lives. Here's to join her.
Well, he's not talking about being alive anymore.
You think I don't know what I gained for my wife?
Don't touch my mother.
Paul seems to have the voice.
We move her again.
Excellent.
It worked.
There's no need to fight her from me.
Oh. It'll be hard to keep that thing stabilized.
must have his ring.
Come closer, Baron.
Leto, he's dead! No, he's dead!
She feels it, I think.
Hurry! This crash might bring a worm.
He has the ring. I wonder what the significance of the ring is, though. Does that legitimize his position as the Duke?
Where are my feelings? I feel for no one.
That's true.
Why? Why do they want me killed?
He sees everything.
He who controls the spice!
Oh, the Duke's face melted through. Very weird imagery.
They will call me Muad'Dib. It's poison. You knew the spice would change me. But thanks to your teachings, it's changing my consciousness.
Interesting.
Is he the one?
Even she's starting to believe.
You carry my unborn sister in your womb.
He knows.
She's pregnant?
I will not stop until I destroy the Emperor and the Baron.
He has a new mission. Oh no, all the water's leaking out.
We have to get to that mountain of rock. I'll plant this thumper. That should divert it.
That's how you avoid the worm's attention. The worm is attracted to rhythmic vibrations. Holy crap. David Lynch is doing a great job in showing the scale of this sandworm. It really feels huge.
The worm, spice. Is there a relationship?
There is a relationship.
We're not alone.
Are these the Fremen?
I didn't hear them.
Perhaps these are the ones the shed-out mapes told us of.
You can do this to the strongest of us. You're worth 10 times your weight of water.
Not weight of gold, weight of water, because there is no water on Arrakis.
Teach us this weirding way.
Your water shall mingle with our water.
Then I will teach you our way of battle.
I am Chani.
From my dreams.
Exactly. We've seen her twice before in Paul's visions.
You have strength.
Could I be known as Paul Muad'Dib?
So now they must work with Paul against the Emperor. Oh, looks like they have a huge water reservoir. They have cows.
We've got them! We've got them!
That's what he believes, but he doesn't know that Paul and Jessica escaped.
Give me spice! Drive them into utter submission!
It's so magical. They're a laugh.
Lovely fate.
Is he weirdly attracted to his nephew? What's the deal with this character, this Baron?
Our Reverend Mother is too old.
What a beautiful shot.
The water of life.
The water of life. That's been mentioned before.
Following the Bene Gesserit tradition, the old Reverend Mother surrendered her life as she surrendered her knowledge. Jessica had successfully transmuted the poisonous water of life.
Every man who has tried has died.
She is no man, though.
Tremendous power of the water of life caused the premature birth of Jessica's daughter, Alia.
Dude, this is very disturbing imagery.
Is an Atreides that I want to kill.
Thufir's a Harkonnen now.
My Duke, how I failed you.
Yeah, I knew it. They were attracted to each other the moment they met.
I've always loved you.
Always loved you?
Holy warriors. No one ever dreamed there were so many.
Wow.
Stilgar, your leader, has asked me and my mother to teach you the Weirding Way, to crush the Harkonnens. We must totally destroy all spice production on Arrakis.
Wow, that's a drastic step.
I will take 100 of your warriors and train them. The Baron and the Emperor himself will be forced to deal with us. Move back. This is part of the Weirding Way that we will teach you. We will kill until no Harkonnen breathes Arrakeen air.
Nice. Oh man, are they intentionally attracting the attention of a sandworm? Amazing perspective work. Is he trying to ride the sandworm or control it in a way? That's crazy. He is controlling the sandworm. What a shot. I think the final act of the movie has begun.
What happened?
Looks like the assault went well.
In the 2 standard years that followed, Muad'Dib and the Fremen brought spice production to a standstill. Paul's sister Alia matured at a frightening rate. Her small body harbored tremendous powers.
So they're showing the passage of time here, 2 years.
You've no need of your weapons with me, Gurney Halleck.
Yeah, they definitely have the Emperor's attention now.
Our navigators warn you that spice production is in great danger. Remedy this situation. Restore spice production, or you will live out your life in a pain amplifier.
So the Emperor isn't as powerful as we were led to believe.
That's why they want me killed. They're afraid I'll take the water of life.
Oh.
I have to drink the water of life.
I don't believe Paul will die or anything.
The worm is the spice. The spice is the worm.
Oh, there are multiple of them. Does he control them now? Why aren't they attacking?
It's Paul.
I don't understand how it affects them though. Again, I'm sure all this exposition is in the books.
Now I truly control the worm.
I truly control the worm and the spice. He's alive.
Father! The sleeper has awakened!
The sleeper has awakened. That's something he repeated to himself for the longest time. But Paul is too powerful now, so I don't think they stand a chance. That's a lot of them.
Bring in that floating fat man. You forced me to come here and set things straight personally.
I am a messenger from Muad'Dib.
Is this the sister?
Poor Emperor.
Paul's sister. Paul is Muad'Dib.
They just realized Paul is still alive.
My brother is coming with many Fremen warriors.
And he's arrived with so many ginormous sandworms. No, man, I don't think the Emperor has a chance. And I wonder how many of the 5 or 6 books have been covered in this film, or is it the entire saga?
Come to me, Baron.
What a weak mind. Oh! Did he pull? Oh, it was poison. Oh! Okay, this is very satisfying. Getting eaten by a sandworm. The Emperor is cornered now. There's no Baron, no nothing.
Send them back.
How dare you speak to me in that...
You're speaking.
It's you.
You mustn't speak!
There is a Harkonnen among you.
Yeah. Paul is just too strong now. Ugh.
Muad'Dib had become the hand of God.
One cannot go against the word of God.
And we cut to water. Oh, is he creating rain on Arrakis? Is all the water from those reservoirs we saw earlier? How can this be indeed? Oh, and it ends here. I do need some time to think about it. I mean, this was very confusing. And Sting. I knew it. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a good movie, but I don't think I can call it amazing. David Lynch did a pretty good job overall, but I can imagine him being overwhelmed with the source material. The other strengths of the film was its world building, the amazing production design, prosthetics, sets and props, the over-the-top acting, and some of the score, mainly the main motif, and the cinematography. Whereas the primary weakness, in my opinion, was the overcomplicated plot, which was very hard to follow. I'm talking about the script mostly. We'll talk about that soon enough. For now, let's start with the directing and the script by David Lynch. It's interesting how he adapted this screenplay from the novels. If I recall correctly, there were 5 or 6 Frank Herbert novels called in the Dune saga. I wonder if Lynch was trying to adapt all of the books in one single movie, because it certainly appeared so. It really felt like that. The film started off with a lot of exposition. I'm fine with that, as it helped set the stage for the film. But I have to admit that it was a lot of work trying to remember so much in such little time. At the heart of it, Dune is about the control of the drug spice. And the players in this war house Eritreus. Again, I'm butchering these pronunciations. Oh man, I'm gonna get killed in the comments. House Harkonnen, the Emperor, and the Space Guild. Especially that mutated monster thing we see at the beginning. Let's talk about the good things in the plot first. I absolutely fell in love with the lore and the universe created by Frank Herbert. I have a feeling the itch that couldn't be scratched here, the itch that was missing, it'll be found in the books, which I'll eventually read. I also love the character of Paul, who at no point was shown to be weak. I think that subverts expectations, because usually the protagonist will start off as very weak and become powerful by the end. Here, Paul is shown to be strong, one of the best warriors around, and by the end he becomes even stronger. I found that interesting. I also found a lot of the characters, like the Baron, very entertaining. He was funny the entire time. He was weird, wacky, mixed with the right amount of crazy. The character of the Emperor was weak though. I think that was intentional by Herbert and Lynch by extension. I think they were showing us his losing grip or his power over his empire. Even the Space Guild people, they had more power over him. Anyways, the ending of the film was pretty predictable, with Paul fulfilling the prophecy. The prophecy was mentioned like 50 times in the first 30-40 minutes, so I knew that had to be fulfilled at one point. And he causes rain to fall on Dune for the first time, presumably, which was very cool. And I like how they showed the reservoirs earlier, so we know where the rain came from. So that's good. On to some weaknesses of the movie. I felt like the film was very hard to follow and required a lot of my concentration. I don't think the movie flowed particularly well. There was just too much to remember at any one given point. I think this film could have worked as a trilogy, since I thought Lynch was skipping over large parts of the story. Is it just me, or did the movie feel a little disjointed? I mean, the love story between Paul and Chani was barely explored, except like 2 scenes before Chani declared her undying love for Paul, saying that he was everything to her. Alia's character was also a surprise, and I thought the 2-year jump forward was shortened too much. I think they could have made it a 2.5-hour movie, or at least a 3-hour movie, and showed more of that. On the other hand, holy crap, the sandworms. Lynch did a wonderful job in showing the scale of these insanely large creatures. That's something that'll haunt my nightmares for quite a while. Overall, good job with the directing by Lynch, but average in script writing, or at least adapting the novels here. The cinematography of the movie was very good, and it got better as the film moved along. By the end, at the climax, the landscape shots were pretty awesome, especially Paul and the bunch riding on a sandworm towards the Emperor. That was just awesome. The desert planet of Arrakis was also shown beautifully. The location scouting for that was amazing, and I wonder where the desert scenes were shot. The editing was okay at best, in my opinion. Like I said before, I did have a harder time in following the plot than other films, but I guess the editor here gets a pass due to the sheer scale of the script and what they had to adapt for screen, if that makes any sense. The score by Toto was a little hit and miss for me. Some of the music, especially at the climax, did not really feel like they belonged in a sci-fi classic. I felt like the instrumental choices were too 80s. It was almost distinctively 80s. Compare that to Blade Runner, for example, which released around the same time. But that movie had a very unique sound. It sounded futuristic. I don't know. The main motif of Dune, that was very memorable in my opinion. That was very good. The main highlight for the film for me had to be the production design. The team deserves the highest praise for this. The budget allocation for this movie was on point. I don't think they wasted a single dollar in the production design. The sets were expansive and gorgeous, and even though I could tell that these were movie sets, they were clearly made with love. The props and makeup work, they were surprisingly good. The guns, these odd contraptions, they all look gorgeous. I did not expect that at all, especially the makeup work on the Baron and that Space Guild creature we saw earlier, or even the baby Alia prop, the visions and how she was emerging from whatever that gooey stuff was. It looked so gross, but very well done. The practical and visual effects for this movie, considering the fact that it was made in 1984, it was amazing. Again, I won't go as far as to claim anything looked absolutely real, because it didn't, but I will say that given the money, I don't think it could have been much better. The sandworms, they were incredible though. I can see why they're still a part of pop culture today. The way Lynch showed the scale of those things, that was very impressive to say the least. As I have mentioned, my criticisms of the adapted screenplay, how the story felt very cramped and full of exposition. Overall, Dune by David Lynch was well worth my time. Apart from the screenplay and over-exposition issues that I mentioned earlier, I did enjoy the movie. It did capture my imagination, and the world building by Lynch was just fantastic. I also enjoyed the incredible production design and the rise of Paul to fulfill the prophecy. I won't even go and try and pronounce the name of the prophesized person. I already forgot. There were so many different names. I am definitely going to be watching the new Dune by Denis Villeneuve, and I'm going to have a fun time in comparing which one I like better. If you want me to watch the new Dune on the channel as well, please leave it in the comments below. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video. Dislike it if you didn't. Not that it matters. I will see you in the next one. Bye.